Literature, the Immigrant class. You know me, I'm Red. But this here is my friend Veronica Zhu, who I've known since high school in North Haven. And she's a Chinese American, and I figured for my final project of the year that I would interview her and see what her experiences are as far as being an immigrant to the United States have been compared to other readings that we've done in class. So hi Veronica, welcome to the class. Alrighty. So, what's it like being a first-generation immigrant?
Well, I moved here when I was 1.5, so it's not that different. I had to do a little learning of English because before I actually went to school, we spoke Chinese at home, so didn't learn English till like kindergarten.
Kindergarten and stuff?
That's when I learned to speak it.
And was there any problems as far as language between speaking English only at school and speaking Chinese only at home? Were there any sort of barriers in between, like attention sort of in the family, just because?
Well, my mom has this rule, I'm not allowed to speak English at home. If I speak English, she'll just be like, I don't understand you.
Okay. Do you know why your parents immigrated to the United States? Any particular reasons, or?
I think my dad came here first to further his education, and then we just kind of tagged along afterwards.
That's pretty cool. Have you noticed any cultural differences between your family life here in the United States versus family life here in China? Because I know that you go back to China to visit everybody else in your family and friends and whatnot. Was every summer or so, or?
Yeah, pretty much. I missed one summer, I think.
Okay, but pretty much you go back to China every summer or so to go keep ties with the rest of the family. Have you noticed any differences in between how your family treats you here versus how everything is back home, sort of? Or?
Well, we have the whole one-child policy in China, so when I'm there, I'm kind of coddled. And on my mom's side of the family, I'm the only girl of my generation, so they treat me like I'm woo,
the special kid. Okay. Were there any big cultural obstacles that you had to sort of overcome while growing up, different languages, just friendships, rules for just dating in general, anything in particular that was different that you had to sort of get over?
Well, my dad had his big rule where I wasn't allowed to date until I'm 18. That kind of sucked.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
And you're like, but, okay. So the big sort of question that we've been trying to answer throughout our whole semester in this class is, what does it mean to be an American? And we've all had sort of different answers for it, and none of us can really put a finger on what it really means to be an American. So I just wanted to know what you would think about what it is to be an American.
I think it's a lot to do with freedom. That is the whole thing of America. The whole non-censorship, freedom of speech. There's a lot of things. Sometimes when you're in China, they'll be like, shh, don't say that. Yeah.
What is it, as far as you're concerned, your own personal view of what America is, or what identifying yourself as an American means? Is there anything in particular, or?
Well, here it's just, American, I have passport, everything, so they just recognize me as Chinese American. I don't know. And when you're actually in China, they call me banana because I have a yellow skin and white inside.
That was another question that I was going to ask you too. Do they treat you differently?
Well, they don't actually know because I look Chinese. So, and I speak it, but I just can't write. So unless I actually have to read something, I'm kind of camouflaged.
Very nice. See, now if I were to go back to Ireland, they'd be like, hey, you look Irish. The minute I open my mouth, that's all over. That's it, you're done. I'm a Yank. Oh. Alrighty. Well, that was a really good interview, I thought. And I appreciate you coming in and interviewing and everything like that. So, I guess that's pretty much it. So, bye, Literature, the Immigrant class.
Bye.